Oh, oh my God, hey.
What's up, everyone? I'm Axel here of Axetruth.com, and this is where I cut through the bullshit. And this is quite some bullshit here. And, first let me preface this. I feel like teachers, social media, there has to be a strong line in between what a teacher can post. They have to be strict guidelines on what teachers can post. I feel like, well, teachers should, and that's because of the profession that they're in. Mainly because as a student of a different generation, I didn't know much about my teacher's personal life at all, if any. They were my teacher. I went to school to learn, sit down and learn whatever subject they were teaching me. I didn't know if they were married. I didn't know if they had children. I didn't know what they did on the weekends. I didn't know how good their Christmas was unless they came back and said, I had a great Christmas. And usually it was something like that. The family got together. It was fantastic. Something very generic. You wouldn't really know much about the teacher. But today in social media, it's a mess. It is absolutely a mess. Because number one, children are all on social media. If I had a kid, my kid would not be on social media like that. No. Sorry if your friends are on it, but you won't be on it because it's a confidence killer. It works on it's nothing social about social media. It's demonic. So I would not have my kids involved in that because they would not be under that pressure of wondering what someone thinks about them online. But this is about a teacher, a Puerto Rican teacher from I guess New York. Yeah, New York. Puerto Rican teacher. She's an art teacher. She dresses. She went and had her body. She went and had surgery, body surgery. Had BBLs. It's a Brazilian butt lift, implants, however you want to call it. It's the ridiculous shit that these women are doing, thinking that men like it. No, I've seen enough videos, seen enough comments on what men are laughing at these women. And now there are women now making fun of it on TikTok, making fun of these women with these BBLs that go and spend all this money on a surgery that and they're risking their lives to do, because there have been people who have died in the process of getting these big crazy butts. Well, and just before we get into the video, let me just show you this teacher. This is the art teacher. This is the art teacher right here. And look how she's dressed. That's her small waist and her huge behind, and some tight jeans that are ripped. Okay, and that's in the classroom right there, I believe, But let me show you how she looked prior to that, so you'll know that she had this work done. You see, this is her on the left hand side right here. She's had also she had some facial cosmetic surgery too. Looking at her right here, what's sad about this is that she went from that to this and to this. This is how she teaches how she looks in the classroom right here. She wears things like this in the classroom teaching young kids. Now, based on the comments that I've seen, a lot of men have had something to say about this, saying it's inappropriate. And there are a lot of women cheering for her and saying that this is discrimination because people are, as if she was naturally built like this. This is her natural body. This is what they hired her in. She didn't go get this done. And she doesn't dress like this and have a whole Instagram page of nothing but a bunch of thought pocket, thirst trap, Instagram, IG model. That's the same old run-of-the-mill stuff that you see on over there. But I like this little comment. I'm going to read her. This is her Instagram page. She says, I know I always look angry or immensely serious when I'm in the classroom. It's neither. I'm focused. Thing is, I only know a few jobs that are just as important as molding the next generation of minds. Wow. I'm always astonished at how much of these children, how much these children are learning. They really are absorbing everything we feed them in these classrooms. Not only do we have to be immensely efficient, but we have to be overly loving and caring. Some children use school as their sanctuary. Our jobs are so much more than just teaching them facts. Teachers who love teaching teach children to love learning. And she's dressed like that. Like she said, right there, she said, we're molding the next generations of minds. That's what public education is about, molding and indoctrination. You know, this teacher, she dresses like this, like that. And she put this little comment up right here. I thought this was, this is her response to some of the backlash that she's getting. And, here we go with this body shaming thing, these made up words that, the liberal left do, and the thoughts and, the thoughts, feminists, they grab a hold to it and just to make an excuse for what they do. She says, trying to body shame me because I am curvaceous is still discrimination. Teachers are quitting left and right every day. The shortage of educators going on right now is insane. Teachers no longer want to teach. They rather work online from home, even take a retail job over teaching because it's less agitating work and pays more than we get paid as teachers. You want someone teaching your children that will love and protect them as if they were their own. Blessed are the few that have educators involved in their children's lives that want to instill knowledge, positivity, love, and wisdom. I am an artist and an influencer as well as a teacher, and my influence goes beyond that. If my looks. This is a teacher wrote this. Okay. I'm reading it as she wrote it. Ask my students who Frida Kahlo is. Ask them why Nigel and Basquiat were so crucial to our culture. If you only knew the positive influence a loving, kind heart can bring to molding a child's creative mind. Oh well, carry on. This is Toy Box Dolls on Dolls with a Z on Instagram. So let me just say, let me just go to the New York Post article. Just so you can get the gist of this, I kind of like jumped into this. She's getting slammed, too tight to teach. Is she too tight to teach? Inappropriate outfits, booty pics, booty shaking, booty popping, doing all this on Instagram. The saucy outfits were not in the lesson plans, according to the New York Post. An elementary school educator has been blasted for teaching in tight clothing and with some outrage from parents describing her as desperate and attention-seeking. The New Jersey teacher, who has not disclosed her full name, has clocked up to 870,000 followers on her Toy Box Dolls Instagram account, where she shares photos and figures of figure-hugging ensembles, often taken in her classroom. In some saucy snaps, the buxom brunette can be seen flaunting her figure up against the whiteboard, and in other images, her students are visible inside the classroom, although their faces are not identifiable. Many have praised the body confident educator for her fashion prowess, but some parents have parents on social media says she should not be wearing such outfits around minors. You're in the classroom taking Instagram pictures with your ass out. Someone ranted beneath an eye-popping body photo showing pictures in the classroom. Now I'm gonna show you an example of that so you can see it for yourself. There you go. There she is right there. You know, that's one of the pictures right there, and this is another one you see as in a thumbnail. Now this one is not as bad. I mean, she has on a long dress. You know, I think she should dress like this probably, and the top can be not as fitted. But you know, if she had to teach or whatever, she can wear a looser top, a blouse or something, shawl to cover up to be a little bit. But right here, look at her right here in these tight jeans with the kids, tight shirt, mask on, mask off. It's inappropriate. I don't care if none of the kids, you some of the comments, some of the women, it's not bothering the kids. The kids aren't saying anything. Didn't I play a video in one of my videos back showing a kid that was in kindergarten that knew how to curse and knew how to place those cuss words in the context of which that kindergartner before first grade knew what to say and how to say. So you telling me these kids don't know, and they're not more mature, and no telling if these kids, some kids may have been molested, and you know, and they come to school and they see this, and then they, you know, there's all kinds of things in this. But let's just go into some of the Instagram posts. So this is one of her posts on Instagram. This is what she has that students can access. You know, these students are on Instagram too.
Seriously, like, have you seen my silhouette? Sheesh, it's giving main character energy. Serious.
That's one. Now here's another one. Here's her thought pocket, popping her thought pocket.
Bailame, ay, 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 ay. Bailame, gogodán, brinca como Tarzán, me encaramo arriba de ti, te como un plan, la bola se me plan, claro que se me plan, no te taja.
And I guess this is her TikTok.
That some people don't like me, but I also realize that I highly don't give a that some people don't like me, but I also realize that I highly don't give a
She don't give a fuck. So basically, you know, I mean, you can clearly see that this woman she's seeking attention, and she's doing a lot more with her Instagram account. I'm not going to say what it is, than being an influencer. We all know what they do on Instagram. She needs to make a decision on what she wants to do. Does she want to do the Instagram influencing or teach? I think she may want to just go better with it. She'd be better off with the Instagram influencing instead of being in and around those kids. She's not teaching, an art teacher. She's teaching them something, and they're learning from her. You think they're really learning from this woman who I just read a post by her, and it was incorrect. What are they learning from her? This is Cardi B teaching the classroom. This is Cardi B in the classroom. But yet, there are a lot of people who are defending her and calling it discrimination. Fat Joe saying, let Fat Joe, you know, who gives a damn about him, the rapper, he said, he looked at her, because you have to look at Fat Joe, of course, you know, and you have to look at Puerto Ricans. You know what they say, you know, Puerto Ricans are just like BT 1000s in America. They're the same. Same mentality, same thing. They're no different from the BT 1000 in America. So they have the same, they ghetto, just like that. Puerto Ricans are the same. They street, just like BT 1000 anacondas in America. But the rapper Fat Joe spoke out and supported the teacher, telling the haters, let her be great. Let the woman be great. She's great. You know, but but this is her response into some of the backlash and what she thinks people are coming for her job.
Hey, when everyone is done going, debating back and forth on whether or not my curves are appropriate or inappropriate to exist on this planet Earth, I need you guys to do me a quick favor. Research really fast, it's real quick. Research shortage, teacher shortage, okay? Look that up. When you look that up, then go back and leave a comment. Once you understand that our educational system is still recovering from these last few years of nonsense. Keep that in mind when you're trying to get somebody out of their job. Come on now.
Keep that in mind when you're trying to get somebody out of their job. Teacher shortage. I guess, okay, teacher shortage. All right. So we should, she's in there teaching. She should, we should not shame her. It's body shaming, even though it's not her body. She wouldn't got all that put on, added on and adjusted and all this foolishness. She's a caricature. She's going to be a caricature of women, for Puerto Rican women for the rest of her life. She's not going to, if she gets married or get a serious partner, to be some kind of simp or some really old dude. That's, but it's not going to be anything. It's going to be one or the other. Straight up simp or some old man, that will settle for that and put up with that. Because someone like that you're tolerating. I mean, she is attention seeking. She's doing a lot more than just, she's not influencing anything. She's flaunting her work that she wouldn't got done. But, she did put up a video about how the majority of the people who are supporting her are women. And this is her response about the mothers, not just women, the mothers are supporting her and writing letters and supporting her. And I can say, you know what? I can't say that's not true, because the mothers of these children could be a bunch of Cardi B's. Just like her. Yes, go on, girl. You can wear that, wear that to school and all that. I'm going to show you what's coming next after this.
One thing out of everything that's going on in my super cluttered, crazy existence of a life is, one thing I want to address is the mothers, okay, at my school. At my specific school, meaning the one that I am an actual teacher at, some of those mothers are legit my biggest supporters. Like, biggest supporters. You understand me? I gotta say this again. The mothers from the county and community for the school that I work for are some of my biggest supporters, okay? I have seen some of these moms, and I'm talking about like some of the kindergartners' moms from last year, 5th grade, some of my old 6th graders, 3rd grade, 2nd grade. These moms have been under these like reports and these tabloids and these blog and gossip pages defending my honor without me having to say a peep, without me having to say a word, without me having to do anything, because I work at my job. What do I look like arguing with people about my physical appearance? It is so scary and mind-boggling to me that this is really a thing, And I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought it was so funny. I thought it was so funny. I was like reposting everything and I'm like, this is like it's kind of not funny. I'll go into it more later, but no, not right now, because it's like, it's, getting to me a little bit and it's not funny. But I want to emphasize this part again. Some of the mothers at my school, my community, the place that I am teaching at, are really my biggest supporters. Some of the people really going in for me. They write letters into my job. thanking my bosses for my existence. So it's like, I don't know what's happening. And it's crazy and it's scary. And sometimes it's funny. But majority of the time it's kind of scary.
Thanking me for my existence.
What the hell is going on in the world? It's kind of funny and it's scary. Most of the time, it's kind of scary. Cardi B teaching the kids. Wow, the liberal world order is really taking over the public schools. Homeschool your kids, people. If you can, do whatever you can to try to get into homeschooling. It doesn't have to be a set designated time. You can teach your kids at any time. And kids are like sponges, especially when they're young in early childhood education. That's the best time to start teaching them, because if you teach them the basics, and they learn it very well, the rest is a breeze. Trust me. My niece is homeschooling 2 children, and she works full-time from home. Her kids are very smart. They're actually like, one is about 3 or 4 grades ahead of her, three grades ahead of her age group. And her young son is 2 grades ahead of his. That's how smart they are. These schools, if there's no kind of guidelines in what teachers can do, any kind of structure put in place, especially in the day of social media for clicks, likes, and views, which you can clearly see she's liking all this attention. She's enjoying all this. This is her thing.
Oh, it's kind of funny. It's kind of scary.
No, she likes it. Just attention. She needs it. She's doing it for attention seeking. And the other reason that we know what her other job that she's doing over there on Instagram. But this is one of the best comments I saw on the New York Post about this, where this guy, he said, when a child brings home a picture of his teacher and she looks like this, you better do something quickly. Something is not right here. Maybe it's self-esteem issues, maybe some kind of obsession with her shape, maybe she has some kind of drive to be noticed. Whatever it is, though, a child should not be a part of it, as it should be kept out of the workplace and out of our schools. That's so true. Whatever she has going on, which is low self-esteem and all this stuff, that's why she went and got all that stuff done. She looked better. Or she looked better before. I think she would have been. She looked better, and she probably would have had a better chance of getting married when she looked like that. She was actually a beautiful and had a nice shape. I don't know why these women feel like they have to go get all this adage, especially if you're gonna go so far where it doesn't look like it's nowhere near natural on a natural human being. You look like a cartoon character. With that being said, what's coming next is Saucy Santana. The Saucy Santanas of the world that will be teaching in the classroom. Things like this. If you're going to allow that, you might as well allow this to teach in the classroom. One of these gender non-conforming, whatever the new gender this is. Or you may have a full-fledged transistor radio in there, teaching a man transitioning into a female, teaching your classroom, teaching in the public school because of the teacher shortage. Because they're there to educate, and they're trying to keep your kids safe. Like she said, they're there to keep them safe and show them love. So you're gonna have this in there teaching your kids and telling them that they're showing them love and positivity and equality and inclusivity, all under the name of liberalism. And that's what's going on today. The liberal world order, along with to tear up and destruct the minds of youth. I'm gonna be back later with another content piece about this is the second video I've seen of a kid there was influence to transition. And these are two that I've seen, female to male. And the horrors of what that has done to their lives, and how they're, and just to look at the state of where they're at now. And you wonder why these people end up committing suicide, because of they've done something that's irreversible. But yet it's being promoted through social media, our government, the White House. And there are a lot of people giving likes, clicks, and views and shares, and then you're being censored if you have something to say about it, because you're actually going to destroy children's lives because you're indoctrinating them with some false belief of something like this is something that is just glamorous and everyone, you just did to do this and you're living your truth. And you have teachers like this who's living her truth on Instagram and in the classroom. And it's discrimination and body shaming if you have something negative to say about it, if you think it's inappropriate. I find it highly inappropriate. I think she needs to stick with Instagramming, go do that, and just get out of the classroom. She'll make more money over there doing that. You know, with all she got going on. Just stay in your lane. Get out of the classroom. The classroom is not your thing. It's the internet. Clicks, likes, views, shares, and everything else that comes with that on IG. Put your comments below. Share my video. Subscribe to my channel. If you like the content I do, you can donate through my Cash App or the links below, or go to my to merch store at Rise International or Teespring and buy some of my gear. Have a great day and be blessed. Join me tomorrow for SNL at 8:30, 9 p.m. live on all platforms except ScrewTube. Peace out, everyone.
The one world government, you can't make war with that. Why? There's no government to go against it. It consumes the world, but not God's elect.